Hello and welcome to this video. Today we are going to review a few websites that I have found that I think are absolutely beautiful, possibly give a few design recommendations, and show you some of the potential within Squarespace. Let's do this. First, we're going to look at Bottega 53. This website is beautiful. This is a photography studio, I believe based in Lugano, Switzerland, which is a beautiful place to be located. You'll see here how they have really enhanced this website to feel like their own. There are a lot of really nice features. Now, let me just point some things out. One thing that really makes this site shine is they're using this serif font that once you set it to italics, brings a really nice contrast. So as I'm looking at this, show love, beauty together just really sticks out. They also use a bit of all caps to really highlight these sections. Now, you'll see here something like this latest post with these lines really close together. This is not native in Squarespace, so it's something they custom coded to bring to life. It's not complex or extremely hard, but it's a really nice feature added into the site. You can see here as they've also added this line below the logo. I think they've done a really nice job with this. I don't recommend doing a logo like this because what ends up happening is you end up with a lot of dead space on the left and right of the page. And if you're talking about the view height of the page, well, there's only so much space on someone's screen. So you don't want to take that up with a logo, just filling up the entire top bar, typically. In this case, they've done a really good job. It's not too big, it's not overbearing. It looks really well designed. Now, let's take a look here. You can see also, this is really beautiful. It's a little bit hard to read, but design aesthetic is nice. So you see here, location, more about the location, the names of the couple, location again, Lake Como, Italy. This might be off. This is like clickable. I don't know why, but the other parts are not. So anyway, I'll come back to this page in a moment here, but let's keep taking a look at this home page. Again, the whole italics and all caps is a really nice feel. They've done really well with their font pairing here. And then this looks like it's linked to their Instagram, which is really nice. I would probably have linked this word as well or something because at Instagram, I don't know, kind of a little bit deceptive. I almost feel like I could click on that. Menu is really nice. The footer is really nice. However, again, it's a little bit small. In this design type world, I can understand why it's a small, but it is a little bit small overall. The spacing, the text is just really tiny, but it fits the style. I think this is pretty small as well, this text here for what they're saying. Okay, so let's look at this. So it looks like the link isn't working unless you click on Villa, so that just might be a little technical error, but it happens. All right, now let's take a look. So let's really walk through their fonts a little bit, why I think this site, again, has done a beautiful job, I believe. Okay, yes, so this is Freight Big Pro. This is native in Squarespace. So you could use this font on your website as you're building. It's really a beautiful font and you just use it once and you could use the regular or italics at any time. So that's really nice. They're also using here, this is Freight Big Pro, they're the same, right? All right, so what is this? Sarah. Okay, so this is a call out I would actually give if you're designing your website. They have a lot of fonts on this page. Oh, that's a lot of fonts. I'd recommend 2, maybe 3 fonts. 3 fonts max, 2 fonts ideally. You could have different weights within a font, but don't use too many fonts. Right now there are way too many fonts. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not even seeing this one or this one either. So it looks like there's over 6 fonts here. Let me see. I don't know where this is. Ooh, that's a lot of photos. That's really beautiful, but that is a lot of content. Okay, cool. Well, that's what they do. So let's see, Freight Big. Okay, so as far as I can tell, actually, this DIN condensed is not showing up on the page. I'm not able to find where it actually exists on the page. So it just might be pulling the font for no reason. And then also the Adobe Pro here. I haven't really seen it anywhere on the site. So it looks like it's pulling those fonts and Freight Big Pro, Lado 1. So they are using 3 fonts. So they're using Freight Big Pro, Lado, and I'm gonna mispronounce this, Montserrat. I've used this font many times. I just never pronounce it. Anyway, so that is that. Now let's get out of this. If that's Font Ninja, by the way, it's a Chrome extension if you're curious. Let's take a look at one more page on this site. This is really well done. Spacing's nice. Font size here is really nice. Everything really falls well. This is really cool. It looks like they're individual images as well, which is nice for just an overall feel. Everything's built into the site in a really beautiful way. So great work here. And one note I just want to make, all these sites I did find on Design Flow. So if you come to design-flow.io, you could come here and find more Squarespace inspiration. Okay, now let's take a look at this site. This site is, I love chocolate and I love design, so this is a beautiful website. All right, let's take a look. They use their brand really well, so it doesn't need a lot of finessing or website enhancements in the process. You'll see here, beautiful homepage. I really love their branding. Simple, clean, and effective. It's really, really clear, really well designed. So now the big question is, what do you want me to do on this page? When I come to pages like this, it's really beautiful, but I'm a little bit confused on what to do. I'm not sure. Can I click on any of these? Oh, this is just photography, just as showing off the brand. Okay, so there are a few things I call out here. Number one, the fact that the footer is all on the left and there's nothing on the right here is a little bit odd. The balancing is weird. And then also the fact that none of these are clickable. I don't know what to do here. That's kind of my critique. What do you want me to do? Websites used to be very informational 20 years ago. The point now is to be very directional. You want to give somebody a clear directive of this is what we're gonna do next. It allows them, they're not forced to, but it allows them to have a sense or an understanding of where this is headed. So let's just click on shop. Now we could get into the actual products and go through the different products. Okay, cool. So let's say we want to buy the chocolate library. So let me click on that. Yeah, I think there's a bit that could be done here. This font is really small. It looks like it's all Futura. Let's see, yep, Futura and then Proxima Nova. So that's Proxima Nova. Okay, so yeah, Futura. This looks like Futura. I would probably try to brand this a little bit more. This doesn't feel on brand compared to other. This is very colorful, nice. This feels very like, I don't know, it doesn't have, the button sticks out here. This font should be a little bit bigger or this button should stick out a little bit less. Right now, when I look at this section, the button highlights, and maybe that's what you want, but in most cases, you want the title to stick out first, this second on the page. Wholesale, let's take a look. Yeah, this works. This is probably a clearer page and then about. Okay, so I would definitely make this font a little bit bigger. It's really tiny, a little bit hard to read, and it's just about the right length, which is nice. It feels like a book, like a page in a book, which is nice. This whole thing to the left is throwing me off. Social, Instagram. I would probably take some of this menu and throw it down here. Everything in about, let's see, about us, our chocolate, contact, postage and delivery, collaborations. Yeah, I would totally utilize the about way more. Oh, and party foul, guys, fix this if you can, set up a 301 redirect, but change about one to about. It should just be about. So yes, that doesn't exist right now, but it should just be about or about us, not about one for SEO purposes. Okay, let's take a look at this next one. This one is Little Fat Boy, littlefatboy.com. Okay, so this is built on 7.1. I could already tell just with the styling. Now, let's take a look. So home, recipes, cookbook, Instagram, about, contact. Okay, I love the font and don't know what that is. Let's take a look. Lydian. Okay, so this looks like they've uploaded their own custom fonts to the site. That would be my guess, as I don't think those are built into Squarespace. Anyway, let's take a look. I really like this layout. I like the feel. It's branded really well. It's really clean. Everything, it's actually really beautiful. Wow, this is really nice. Okay, so I really love this section here. Main reason is it's so clear. What to cook this week? Boom. As soon as I see this, I have a good sense of what I'm looking at. I don't have to overread. There's a lot of text here, but immediately, as soon as I get here, I know exactly what I'm looking at. And as I scroll through, trending recipes, that's what this section is. Beautiful. I love the design. I love the layout. They've done a really good job with this. Even this is really nice. Let's see what watch video does. It takes me to YouTube, so that's okay. That's great. I would almost have it go into a page on YouTube. Uh-oh. I shouldn't end up here. This is the second 404 page I've ended up on, but it looks designed. And if we actually go back here, it looks like they designed this. So that's important. To have a custom 404 page is important. It just helps with your SEO on that side of things. And there's more I could say about that, but just in terms of all of this, what is this? Okay, so they have a little video here. All right, so let's take a look at recipes. This is well designed. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh, okay. So this is an interesting thing about Squarespace. When you upload a logo, you'll see here, this is their logo. It's white and their background is black. So if I click on cookbook, looks great. Instagram takes me Instagram, that's fine. But recipes, there's a little problem. It looks missing. It's actually there. You'll see it's kind of highlighted there, but it looks missing. And so what you do is you use a little bit of custom code, and I think it's free online somewhere, but you basically just search like how to change the color of one logo or replace the image file of one logo on one page, and then you could replace it and then make sure it shows up there. So you're not losing it process. Okay, so now let's take a look. We're looking at one of their recipes, one of their posts. I really like this. A few little call outs. This is a lot of empty space right here. Don't know why there's so much empty space right here. If you go to their URL, the words are not separated by a dash. I always recommend having a dash in between every word. And so there should be a dash here. The big thing is though, that this is what they've published. And so you sometimes need to commit to what you publish to. You don't want to just change it out of nowhere, because then people could end up on dead pages on Google. So if this page is loading on Google without the dashes, but you change it to the dashes, it will lead them to a dead page, which is not a great thing. They have social links added, which is cool. It doesn't come native in Squarespace, so it looks like they've customized that and added it in. Further, I love how this is all set up. It's very easy for me to just quickly look over it and get a feel where everything is. And then this is awesome. Literally, they really spent time and attention to detail on this to build out these videos and really walk through the process of how to make steamed marinade soy chicken and apple bao. I'm gonna mispronounce that. Bao. Perfect. Cool. Imagery is really nice, really, really nice. And then more recipes here. This is beautiful. One call out though is that sign up button is just missing. The text for some reason is not right. So this is kind of the thing with Squarespace. You might get a few of those little things that you want to you think work, and then you just got to kind of check and go through the different pages and figure out. I am spending a lot of time on these sites, but I think this is just a good walkthrough of how everything looks and works. This is really well done. Frankie, great job. This is a beautiful website. Well designed, really, really well designed. I like this page a lot. This background is really nice. The text falls in the middle. I'm curious how it sits on mobile. That would probably be, as a designer, my next thing. Okay, so that looks really good. It just eliminates the borders. The one thing I would say is, if this is actually the mobile, I'm sad right now. I don't like the menu off to the left. It should be, it's much better often to the right, and the logo is missing. So I don't know why the logo is missing. There should be a logo there on that. Anyway, next site. Okay, so this website is gonna be very similar to the first website we looked at, Bottega 53. The brand name here is the photographer's name, Elizabeth Marzetti. Really beautiful intro, looks great. The video is gorgeous. As you get into the site, it looks like the font might be similar to what we were just looking at. Is it? It might be a little bit different. Freight Big Pro comes back again. Okay, so really elegant font. What else do they have? They have Europa. That's a great font, beautifully laid out. Adobe Garment Pro. Okay, so this is really beautiful. Again, we're kind of running into the issue of too many fonts. So here's another font. You have Adobe, you have Europa, you have Freight Big Pro, and then there's Freight Sans Pro. So two different fonts there. Futura, oh my gosh, Playfair Sans. This thing, I don't know what that is. Questria Railway. Okay, way too many fonts, way too many fonts. Mainly because you're telling your website, you're telling Google or your browser to load all of these fonts for your website, which does slow it down. It's very minor, it's not huge, but it's something to consider while you're building. Now this is a custom plugin, I believe, that does this feature here, which is just really beautiful, well laid out. I think this font here, Testimonial, I would change because it's just hard to read, very hard to read. And this color for the menu here, I would go away from. I would just go for all black. It would probably look better, or just all white with the text in black. That could be really nice. So beautiful layout though, beautiful design. Everything's really well designed. I'm really impressed with the look and feel. Yeah, it's very nice. Very well done. Let's go to services. Let's just take a look at another page. Okay, here, again, another beautiful video. They use the all caps and the italics again, which is nice. And let's see, beautiful photography. This is I love photography websites for this reason right here. There's just so much you can do with all the content you have. Now let's take a look at the work. Showing off a photographer's work is very important and difficult. Let's see, galleries. Let's just click on one of these. I'm gonna click on this one. Beautiful. Oh, hey, we're at Lake Como again. I don't know how this happened. I did not plan this, no. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. This is really well done. I think the text is a little bit close to each other, line height, like the line, the space between each line, but it is what it is. Oh, I don't like this at all. Personally, I don't, but it's not meant to be read, but it's also taking up space in the middle of the page. It's kind of like the captions. What are they called at the end of a movie? I don't really like the color. And where's the menu? The menu's not coming down again. Whatever. Okay, anyway, the photography, this is really well laid out. I like that there's these sections here, the break in sections. This is cool. Squarespace's native arrows are not the prettiest or the best, so it could be cool if there were additional arrows here to like really accentuate it. And the one challenge I face here is that when I look at this is a gorgeous photo. This is a gorgeous photo, but it's tiny, it's really small. So then I can't even click into it to see it better. I could like zoom in, but overall that changes the experience of it. So anyway, that would be something I would call out. Now let's take a look here. What is this? My external inspiration. That's cool. And this is nice. Those are separate photos. That's nice. Really well designed. Cool. Yeah, this is really, really well put together. I really like the feel. Overall, it feels consistent across the site. Wonderful. Well done. Okay, so now let's do this. Matt Devella. So you've probably seen him on YouTube. He uses Squarespace, and I kind of wanted to review his website a bit and get a feel for it. So let's take a look here. First and foremost, what I see is it's really clear, simple, not confusing. Course, podcast, secret podcast, contact. Because he's a personality, he could break the rules a bit of a website. So he doesn't need, say, a clear call to action unless he was trying to get somebody to do one specific task, but he has 3 or 4 here that he can get people engaged with, and truly he wants people to sign up for the newsletter. That way he could stay connected with them long term. I could tell that this newsletter is built in a different platform, so this is not Squarespace. So when you fill this out, it doesn't go to Squarespace newsletter. It's a custom one from maybe, say, ConvertKit or something else. And here what they've done is they've just created these GIFs. They're beautiful little GIFs. It doesn't, let me see, inspect. Okay, so I found the file. You'll see here, it's a GIF. It looks like Squarespace. Yeah, it is a GIF. Okay, it's a GIF. There it is, done. Yeah, so these are different GIFs that they've added to the site. They created beforehand, added to the site, same way you add an image. And now you could get more info on the courses, podcast, or secret podcast. And then here, let's see the breakdown. I like that the links are a different color. I know it's not a huge deal, but it's clear. This is interesting that he clearly just puts his email here. So if I goes to his email address. So if you ever want to link an email address, you basically, in the link, just do mail to, and then add the email. So here would be mattdevella.com. So you just add mail to with a colon, and that makes sure it links. So if you click on that, it opens your email browser, or if you're on your phone, it'll open your email app on your phone. All right, and then the footer here, clean, simple. It's not overdone, and he also is not going crazy on any of these like privacy policy, terms of service, all this stuff. He has a privacy policy, but it's a very simple footer. He really wants you to just spend time here. Courses, takes you to a different site. Podcast, still on his Squarespace site here, which you could see all the different ways to link, and the fonts are really beautiful. It's really well designed, simple. Secret podcast takes you to another page, his Patreon account, and then contact. It takes you back to the homepage actually, and the section here on the homepage, which is really cool. Again, very simple. I like here, you can't really tell, but this is a background image. This is like it almost looks like a piece of paper. Let's see if it's here as well. It's not just the color. If I zoom in, let me see. So let me actually scroll down a little bit. There we go. Okay, this is the way let me see if this works. Okay, see, this is the menu. This is a color. You see there's a little bit of a different feel here. It's almost like a paper feel. So that's a really nice touch to make it a little bit more personal. Just a tiny, tiny touch to make it a little bit more personal. Really well designed. And then social links at the top. So great work, great work. Yes, so if you're looking for more inspiration, feel free to check out DesignFlow, design-flow.io to see more Squarespace websites. Search hundreds of Squarespace websites that may inspire you and your next project. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. When you hit the like button, it lets me know that you found this content helpful. Till next time, peace.